For all of human history, these things happened, and now retail's dead? Yeah, well, find a way to benefit from it. And I forget, maybe it's Cicero, maybe it's Seneca, I forget. So one of those OG Stoic philosophers, he said, I can't control the direction of the wind, but I can't adjust my sails. Right. So it's your duty to find a way to be a beneficiary of whatever absurdity happens. And this is a great time for Stoic philosophy. And that's become popular the last 10 years. I was studying that 20 years ago when nobody ever talked about it at all. But some of those things are, there's been a resurgence of Stoic thought amongst some people. I know most of you here don't know what the fuck I'm even talking about, fair enough, but look up Stoic philosophy, and you'll find characters like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca and Cicero and so on. And there's really tremendous wisdom from those people. And one of the main precepts of that is that you have to focus on your strengths, you have to focus on your talents and your goals and ambition, and try to be affected as little as possible by, don't get caught up in the trendy absurdity of every moment, Don't get caught up in whatever's trendy at the moment. Don't get caught up in whatever the political battle of the moment is. Yeah, you live in a bizarre place right now. But again, after we get through, sharing those harsh realities or harsh potentialities for the future, then it goes back to the question of well, how do you benefit from it? How do you adjust your sails that you can live in integrity in a way that you're pleased with yourself, but also be a beneficiary of the absurdities in the environment, Maybe I got to go look through my childhood books. Maybe I got a Dr. Seuss book somewhere that's worth thousands of dollars now. Who knew? Somebody in the room has one laying around. So find a way to benefit from it. And you're smart, you're crafty, you think exactly like this already, Find a way to benefit from it. Find something where there's the hysteria of the moment will change prices of various assets in a way that people misjudge their future value. And the more you have these little disruptions and kerfluffles where it's not random that I keep going back to Dr. Seuss. If you can cancel Dr. Seuss and you can cancel this comedian or that comedian or, et cetera, well, you think that doesn't affect people's psychology when they look at other assets as well? Of course it does. So when they hear popular media say, retail is dead, and to me that just sounds absurd. It's like you're telling me for all of human history, humans went and men were hunting shit, and your social status would have been directly connected to your ability to conquer an animal and bring back food for the tribe. Women were out gathering colorful things, both food items for the family and also colorful ornamentation to differentiate herself from other females in the tribe. For all of human history, these things happened, and now retail's dead? They've been saying that since the 90s, by the way. They've been saying that since the 1990s. And from the late 90s till now, Amazon's got 5% market share. Amazon's the big gorilla, 5% market share. So they've been saying that for 20 fucking years. And now they had this recent shakeup the past year. That's why I got the confidence to look at Nordstrom and say, yeah, I'd love Nordstrom for $12. Yeah, I'd love more Macy's for $5-6. Yeah, I own so much Macerich. I own so much of that company. Pretty soon we're going to get a board seat somewhere.
Name them all. Name them all.
Yes, the fucking Moneyberg Mall.
Yes.
Fucking people are going to be going to the Moneyberg Mall where retail's not dead. Class A mall. It'll be a Class A mall where retail's not dead. So you got to find those dislocations and reason. And I think it's really beneficial. The more you could understand about, and I'm not a scientist per se, and I haven't studied, so I'm going to say the word biology, but I don't think of myself as a biologist, but if you had a good understanding of biology, like how a human organism works, the limitations, the physical or psychological limitations of a human organism, and if you had a good pragmatic understanding of psychology, and particularly abnormal psychology and evolutionary psychology, which again are things that are, evolutionary psychology meaning things that are deeply ingrained in the human psyche that a human almost doesn't have any control over. They just have no choice but to act that way because that's the sort of organism that they are. Or abnormal psychology, and I say that because you learn the limitations of a human brain of, where things break down, or, various psychoses or personality disorders, things that are going to be stressors, things that are going to cause people to behave abnormally. So things that are going to cause, significant stress, and then the behavioral manifestations that'll come from that. So undue depression, anxiety, anger. We've seen a lot of that this year.
Yeah.
Would you not say depression's been up the past year? Would you not say anxiety's been up the past year? So when you can watch that happen, and instead of just listening to the media narrative, you can be like, oh, there's a subset of neurotic people that have been contained, told not to do things, and now they're acting out because that's what neurotic people do. When you think through a few of those pieces, have a decent understanding of the psychology factors, the biology factors, and then you go back to the marketplace and being like, well, given the way that the silly humans have been behaving for millennia and millennia, and likely hundreds of thousands of years, Homo sapiens around about 300,000 years, and and mammals are around 350, 400 million years. You're a mammal, in case you don't know. So, you think of, what are the other mammals still doing 400 million years later? Probably they're going to keep doing that. What are the other Homo sapiens been doing for hundreds of thousands of years? And then travel helps a lot. And you have another advantage there because of the multicultural understanding, So when, I felt like I made a lot of money because I traveled. Because I understood, I've been to 60-something, I think 66 countries, and you see how things are done in this place, that place, that, you understand what I'm saying. There's some of the things make perfect sense. So they do it better there, but then people have these crazy customs and traditions that they knowingly do things in inefficient ways sometimes because that's the way they've always done it in that place, And it's part of their cultural identity to maintain that inefficiency. Is almost an indicator of, it's their in-group bias. It's their way of indicating to others that they're part of that tribe or they're part of that culture. So, when you start extrapolating things like that across cultures and environments, you'll see opportunities that other people can't see, Inherent in language is that way too, and I'm not a linguist, but anybody here that speaks 2, 3, 4 languages, you understand that words mean slightly different things in different languages, and you understand that kind of the distortions or misinterpretations of language and how words get perverted in one culture or another to mean something that oftentimes they originally meant the opposite of what they end up meaning later. So those sort of things, the crossroads of those sort of things are going to be your opportunities in the financial markets. If you didn't like this video, please feel free to unfollow. My clients and I celebrate when the wrong person leaves our lives. But if you did like this video, if you're a person that's dedicated to success, dedicated to a better life, make sure you like and subscribe. I have a lot more to share with you. I look forward to seeing you at one of my live events in the future or as a client on one of my paid mentoring programs.